That is really, really interesting. I think that you had to repent. I mean,
Yes,
you start off talking
exactly. Many repentances.
many repentances. You've had to really change your mind.
Yeah.
You've had to really change your mind. And so did that happen just in the individual relationships that you had with the Jewish man, or did it, because that's what's so interesting to me. How you can go from I delight in all these others going to hell. And I'm paraphrasing, but it
Yeah.
kinda sounded that
But
way.
you're pretty close.
Okay.
You're not
Eh,
misreading.
yeah.
I think there's a kind of young man's delight in, I don't know, severity and power. And
Yes.
so and so I think young men especially are inclined to think that God to think of God in terms of severity and power and not in terms of compassion. And I don't know, it had a certain attraction to me at a certain age. And there's this other attraction that the world when I was younger was really black and white. And the older you get, the grayer the world gets, the more ambiguous things are. If you're paying attention, I think you begin to realize that we have less information than we might have thought. Um,
Mhm, mhm.
and then I just slowly began to think that other people are pretty much like me, and they're doing the best they can to figure out what reality is like with a capital R. With as T.S. Eliot says about writing, with shabby equipment always deteriorating. I I think our minds are more suited to fighting and farming than they are to philosophy, to figuring out the nature of ultimate reality. So I think we have kind of finite creaturely minds, and we lack fully adequate information, and we all do. So
Mhm,
I've
mhm.
come to respect people who hold views that are different from mine. I sometimes think that my information is better. That's why I believe what I believe, but I don't think I'm better. I don't think I did anything better or thought harder or anything like that. And I don't have a great sense that my information is any better than their information. This is my information. We all like our own beliefs, so and we don't like to change them very easily. I think that's part of what you noted in your comment. We're all belief conservatives. We like to conserve as much of our precious beliefs as we can, and we're not
Mhm,
really
mhm.
open to much change in these matters. And and if I hadn't met people who were kind and compassionate, I think I wouldn't have changed. If I had just stayed with people who were closed off like I was, I would have been happily closed off the rest of my life, and then not knowing about all these great people and traditions and foods and poems and dances and music that are out there in the world to find out about.
Don't you think it takes, like, a curiosity? I think curiosity is so powerful that if we have a curious mind, then we're open to new information, and we don't stay so firmly stuck on our own traditions and beliefs. If we just have a little curiosity, then something can open to just gain more
Yeah.
information and a connection that might not happen otherwise.
Yeah. I just think we need to have our eyes open way more than we do, and because there are things to see, and you're not gonna see them if your eyes aren't open, if you're not looking around. Uh, I There's a great medieval world called docility, and it doesn't mean that you're lazy or docile. It means that you're teachable, and it's a virtue, like docility is a virtue, and it means that you're teachable.